Okay.
We for real got to get this going because I got to get back to work.
Say, what are you doing, dude?
I'm following your lead, bro.
All right, hold on. Let me type this.
Where you go, I follow.
I will follow. Oh, man, I'm...
Brother, my brother, tell me why we fight.
Tell me why. Oh,
Actually, I think it was the same. Was that also Backstreet Boys?
I was singing Gilmore Girls.
Oh, I thought you were saying, tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Tell me why.
I never want to hear you say, I want it that way.
All right, let's do this thing.
This is the Always More podcast.
Hello and hello. It is August 18th. Welcome to the Always More podcast, where we believe that there's always more room at the table for honest questions, meaningful conversations, and deeper understanding. Today on the pod, we are talking about Haagen-Dazs, double conception, fried chicken, Euro trips, and much, much, much more. But first, I am your host, Christopher Ford, and sitting across from me is probably the greatest human being to ever exist in the history of mankind, ever.
Holy crap.
Timothy Allen Lipton, my best friend, my heterosexual life mate.
Yes.
What is up, brother?
Oh, man, not much, man. Not much. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be recording another episode with my best friend. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. As we speak, I'm probably sitting on a beach somewhere, beer in hand, watching my daughter play in the water.
Right.
Making sure she doesn't go out too deep because, sharks.
Sharks.
But, living the high life. I'm on vacation.
That's right, man. So, guys, by the time you listen to this, Chris will be out in the island of Honduras.
The island of Rotan in Honduras.
Oh, excuse me.
Honduras is a country.
You're correct. And yeah, we had to record this, obviously, before he left. Because you're going to be gone for, 2-3 weeks?
I wish. No, it's 10 days.
Okay. It feels like it's going to be so much longer.
It does. I'll miss you.
I'll miss you, too. Hand touch.
Hand touch.
Anyways, we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about today, and I'm really excited. This is going to be a good episode.
Yeah, I'm pumped about it.
Yeah. Should we just dive in?
Let's go. So let's start with the Wreck and Rev of the week. What do you got for me, Tim?
Yes. All right. So this is going to sound... Okay, my Wreck and Rev is going to be a little... depressing is the right word. But it's not going to be exactly like this happy... Yeah, it's going to be a really fun thing. You should go check this out. It's a little bit more serious, but if you're in the church world, as I have been before, or just, I guess, a Christian and been to church, by any stretch of the means, especially in America, there's a podcast series by Christianity Today called The Rise and Fall of Mars Hill. And if you don't know what that is, Mars Hill was a church in Seattle, I believe, led by Mark Driscoll. And if you know who Mark Driscoll is, you probably know where I'm going here with this. But his church, or he left, and his church broke up in 2014, I believe, after a lot of crazy things came out about him. A lot of things that were not very surprising. And so this document series, it's really brilliant insight into Mars Hill Church and Mark Driscoll, and it also sheds light onto not just their particular church, but maybe a lot of churches in North America, and a lot of the similarities with that. And so right now there's only 5 episodes out, but it's already bringing to light a lot of major theme problems in the American church today that can be fixed if we choose to address them. And so it's really impactful. I know episode 5 was about women and patriarchy, and it was incredibly moving and powerful. And I'll say this, it's not because I know where, especially if you're a Christian listening to this, you might be tired of listening to people, talking bad about the church or talking bad about Christian leaders. I'll say this about this document series. It does a really good job of painting the picture that this wasn't just a black and white issue, or just these guys were only the bad guys or whatever. Like Mark Driscoll also did a lot of good things and that a lot of people actually spoke very highly of him or spoke highly of things that he did. And so I really respect this podcast series because it's really they depict the truth. They reveal evidence of things that he did that were definitely wrong, but they also kind of show like this is why it went so bad for so long, because there were still some good things that happened and some things that, I mean, it's a community, it's church. I mean, I can tell you right now, it's hard to leave a family, it's hard to leave a church group, and so you often turn a blind eye to things that would otherwise turn you off if it was a stranger church. But when it's something that you've been invested in for so long, it's hard to leave. And so, anyways, I cannot recommend it more highly enough because it really is such a great great podcast series. So yeah,
that'll be one I'll have to check out probably while I'm on the plane.
Yeah, it's going to hit you. What you got, bro?
All right, so mine is actually an artist that I listen to. I've actually found this guy on TikTok, which most of my life now is run by TikTok anyway. So there you go. But Charlie Curtis Beard. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's a TikTok rapper, black guy who has dreads, usually has black painted nails. Always starts his stuff off with "Oh my."
Yeah.
I'm sure I've sent you some of his stuff. I had to have.
Yeah. Oh
so
my.
he's actually a really good rapper. He's on Spotify and all the other streaming services.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of albums out, a bunch of singles. He does like jingles for different companies and stuff too. Like they'll hire him to do advertisements on his own TikTok, and I'm sure they throw those elsewhere as well.
Right.
Probably my favorite album that he's done was one in 2017, Existentialism on Lakeshore Drive, which has my favorite song by him, Fried Chicken.
Fried Chicken, huh?
So obviously he's a black guy, he's a rapper, black rapper, and he, at the time, I don't know if he still is or isn't, I don't look into artists' personal lives too often, but at the time he was dating a white girl, and everybody was giving him crap for it, so he wrote the song, and basically the hook is, "My baby loves fried chicken. My baby got a big booty." And it brings me joy because, as a black man married to a white woman, I'm like, oh yeah, that's also true for me. I like those things as well. This speaks to me spiritually.
Yeah.
So it's a fun album for sure. I would definitely check out all of his stuff on Spotify. Throw him on some of your playlists. Give him a couple of streams. Tell him I sent you if you comment on his stuff. He has no idea who I am, but there you go.
Maybe we'll get a shout out.
Yeah, maybe he'll hear us and be like, hey, I can write something about Always More. So there you go. Charlie Curtis Beard. Check him out, CCB.
Yeah, cool beans, man. Well, that was nice and quick.
Yeah.
Rev and Rev.
I think this is going to be a pretty fast episode.
I believe it will be. Next up, we have... Hold on.
You have a sound for this one.
Dude, I forgot where it was.
Let's try again. Next up, we have...
Happy Hour.
I forgot how short that was. I was supposed to extend that, wasn't I? And I never did. I never will either. We're just going to stick with the short one.
Stick with
Do it
it
again. Happy Hour.
Happy Hour.
All right. So something that made you happy this week. You want to start? You want me to start?
Sure, I'll go. I've had 2 weeks of 3-day weekends with my wife. Super
that
cool.
sounds nice.
Yeah, nothing crazy. We spent we had a date or two, but also just being at home with family is really nice. And so, yeah, just super cool, super chill. Nothing complex, nothing crazy. Just nice 3-day weekends.
Fair enough. Sounds
made me
good.
happy.
Well, for me, actually, I'm going to change the one that I wrote down in the notes. Curveball. So I actually won a competition at work.
Hey.
Whoever got the first sale after the manager's sale gets this prize, and it was me.
Nice.
So for my prize, I won movie tickets, a steak dinner, and a fuel card.
Heyo.
So basically, John is paying for a date night for me and my wife, and that'll be fun.
Very nice.
I don't know what movie we're going to see. I don't know where we're going to eat, but there you go.
Congratulations.
It'll be fun.
Very
We'll probably have to do it when we get back.
Yes. Cool.
Or maybe we'll do it before. Who knows?
Who knows?
We'll see.
Throw a curveball at the situation.
The whole world is a curveball.
It truly is.
Yeah, because it's always spinning and going around. And anyway.
That was happy hour.
Next up, what do we got?
We have my favorite segment. That is...
What did I miss?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do this. Actually, I would like to go first on this
Please,
one because
please.
yours is a little weird from what I've seen. I try not to read through your notes, but it looks weird, so I'm going to go first. Police respond to loose buffalo in Ohio Township.
What?
Yeah. So the German Township Police Department in Ohio said that multiple calls came in reporting a bison on the loose in the community.
Now, okay, I'm sorry. Keep going.
I was just going to say, officers are concerned about the potential risk to drivers, pedestrian, and children
Yeah.
as well as nearby farmers.
Have you seen how big those things are?
Yes.
They're huge.
They are ginormous.
Yeah, those things are big. Like, they're as large as a car.
Bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's horrifying. But, like, as a Native American, every time I see one, my heart starts racing a little bit, and I'm just like, ooh, the hunt is on. I don't know if that's messed up to say. I wasn't actually allowed to connect with a lot of my roots as a kid, so.
But you are Native American.
I am, yes, but I don't know if that's. It's not offensive to me, but if it's offensive to other Native Americans out there, please let me know. But truthfully, like every time I see a buffalo, I get really excited.
Yeah.
They're really cool animals. So the danger, though, for a buffalo in a random town is not actually like hurting the animal if you hit it or anything like that,
Right.
what you may do to the animal. It's really what they might do to you.
100%.
So a lot of people think, if I hit this buffalo, I could kill it. But usually a buffalo just get back up and then charge the car and start attacking people. So if you hit one, it'll come right back at you and come up on the hood and like do all kinds of damage to your car.
It will crush you up,
maybe
man.
hurt you as a person. So they were more worried about the citizens than the actual buffalo itself.
He'll be all right.
Police said that they were able to contact the animal's owner, which was a farmer who keeps bison on his property about 4 miles away from where the buffalo was spotted. And the farmer was able to get his animal back. So happy ending. Nobody got hurt.
There you go. Nice.
No children were harmed in the making of this buffalo story.
Wow. Guy on a buffalo.
I was thinking about that.
Guys, if you're listening to this podcast, you need to pause it and then go look up this YouTube series. There's only 4 episodes, and they're only like 5-10 minutes long.
But they're so worth it. My God.
It's called Guy on a Buffalo.
Guy on a Buffalo.
It is a classic. It is beautiful. It is amazing.
It's based on a real movie.
Yeah. I mean, they twist up the story and the meaning and everything, but yeah.
I said based. It's based.
They take a movie that was made in like the 70s, and they're like, we can make a better story out of this, and they do. So
it's so much better than the actual movie.
Right.
You need to watch it. Guy on a Buffalo. Go check that out.
Guy on a Buffalo. All right. For my What Did I Miss? So this story is a little old, but it's still incredible. I've been holding on to it, and I figured this was a good time to share it. So, Chris, I'm sure you're aware that one of the benefits of pregnancy...
Unprotected sex.
Yes! Yes! Other than bringing like a bundle of joy and life into the world, unprotected sex. It's brilliant. It's amazing. Thank you, Jesus, whatever. Well, around this time last year, a couple, Rebecca Roberts and Rice Weaver, was struggling to become pregnant for some time and had finally been able to conceive. Yay. They saw their baby on the sonogram. It was beautiful and amazing. And then a few weeks later, at their 12-week ultrasound, they discovered something incredibly rare. A second baby conceived after the first.
So not like twins.
It's not twins. So here's how it works. The 2 babies were actually conceived 3 weeks apart, but wasn't noticed until later because obviously the second baby was a tad bigger. Wasn't until it was bigger that they noticed it. So this phenomenon is called a superfetation pregnancy.
Super fetus. I like it.
Yeah.
I like
and there have been fewer than 10 cases ever reported in literature. So here's
not just like the U.S., like in all of writing.
Right.
Anytime a doctor has ever taken notes.
Yes.
10 cases.
10 cases. So here's a quote from Medici Journal. Superfetation is rare for a number of different reasons. One of the reasons is the fact that women ovulate only once per cycle, releasing 1 or more eggs simultaneously. In fertilization, if it's successful, pregnancy begins and there is no further ovulation. And in the case of twins, 2 eggs were released at the same time. Although in this case, the egg was implanted during the first ovulation, and again when she somehow ovulated the second time during the same cycle. And both embryos implanted in the uterus during different times. So the happy ending is that both babies were born by C-section in September 2020, and with Noah, the oldest, weighing in at 4 pounds.
Wow, 40 pounds. Jeez.
4 pounds and 10 ounces, and Rosalie was the youngest, 2 pounds, 7 ounces. But yeah.
And they're okay?
And they're okay. Perfectly fine. Healthy babies.
Super premature weights, but as long as they're healthy now, that's awesome. Congrats.
Yes.
I'm sure that was a terrifying experience for the couple, though.
I'm telling you, man. But it's so... Those rare cases, it's just so wild to think about it in that situation.
The question is, do you take that risk again? Like after seeing...
For them or just us?
If you were this guy and you saw the second baby, would you continue having unprotected sex, or would you stop immediately and you're like, all right, we're not going through this again?
Look, I can
like
tell you...
there might be a third baby this next time.
Okay, so for you guys that don't know, with Jess and I, Jim was a pleasant surprise.
Sure.
But we it was one of those things to where it was really a surprise, because a lot of times when people are trying to become pregnant, it usually takes a minute. It takes a while. For Aria and Jim, definitely very
Damn.
quick, happened very quickly.
Fertile Myrtle over here.
Right. So for us, if that were us, like, nope, we're not going to try that.
We're
again.
done. We're done.
Snip, snip, snap, snap.
There you go.
Oh man,
that's an interesting situation.
It is.
All right, we are gonna head off to break after that one. Stick around. We'll be talking more about vacations.
Yes.
We'll get into that topic, and we'll have a blast doing it.
Let's do it, man. And we are back.
Just the same as always.
Yes, sir. All right, so today we're taking it easy. We're taking it a little laid back. This is probably be our most impromptu main topic yet.
So far.
So as you're listening to this, I think, Chris, you're going to be on vacation.
Yeah, I will have already left.
Yes.
I'm abandoning you.
What?
I'm abandoning you.
Oh, no.
Yeah. No,
So
we're going on vacation. It'll be fun.
where are you going, Chris?
We are actually going to Honduras. Well, we are in Honduras as of right now. So, having a blast, chilling on the beach.
Yeah.
Living the high life on the island where my father is from.
Right.
Well, I guess he's not from the island, but it's where my family's land is. We own
Your people.
That's where my people are from. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And we figured, since it's summer and since Chris is going on a vacation, we call it a vacation?
absolutely.
Okay, cool.
I'm not working, so
I don't know. Yeah, all right, then it's a vacation. So we figured, since Chris is taking a vacation, we would talk about vacations.
vacation.
It's one of the easy fun topics, and we wanted to share with you guys some of our favorite moments for our favorite vacations, how we prepare for vacations, and because that's actually kind of a controversial thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Not controversial, but it can get heated, especially with your spouse.
Oh no, especially with the spouse, because there are two kinds of people. There's the people that plan every aspect of everything.
Yeah.
They pack like 3 days before. They're ready. They've got lists. They go
Right.
shopping like the week before and the week of to make sure everything is perfectly in place.
Yeah.
And then there are people that have to do a load of laundry 20 minutes before it's time to leave for the airport. And they always marry each other.
Yeah.
I will give you guys one guess as to which one I am. It's not the one with the lists.
So, with that being said, we're gonna just dive in. We're gonna talk about let's just talk about our top 3 favorite vacations so far. I mean, let's just dive into it. What are your top 3 places that you have gone for vacation?
All right, so this one is pretty hard because, as you know, I don't handle numbering things well. But my top 3 favorite vacations that I can think of.
Yeah.
One would be Disney with my wife for our honeymoon. We went to Disney.
Yeah.
We had a blast there. We stayed at which one was it? It was Riverside, Port Orleans. That's the name of it. Port Orleans Resort, Riverside, and we just had a good old time. Just going on all the rides, eating all the food. It was during the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot, so we got to try all kinds of different foods from around the world. Which, as you guys know, my wife is a chef. I just love to eat, so it's perfect for us. We had a blast, and it was so great. Number 2, I guess just a other one because I don't have these numbered. Number 2 would be the weekend that my wife and I went to Fredericksburg and Bastrop. We took a long weekend.
That was recently, wasn't it?
Yep, it was a little more recently. Not technically a vacation, but a little getaway.
Yeah.
We went to Fredericksburg, which was crazy racist. And then we went to Bastrop after that, which was a lot better because we kind of stayed to our own, so we didn't have to go into the town and mess around with people. Fredericksburg was really cool. We got to explore downtown area. There, like I said, there were some racial experiences that I could have done without, but it didn't ruin the weekend. It was nice. We stayed in a little B&B. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then we went to Bastrop. We stayed in these things called yurts, which are basically like a little more permanent version of tents. They've got like bathrooms attached, and it was it was like glamping. So we were like in the woods, but we had
yeah.
plumbing and
Right.
it was a really cool experience. Actually, that one, I've been in a little bit of a depression for a while. And during that trip, I kind of felt that lift off of me and I was able to write again. So that was cool.
Nice.
And then my other favorite vacation was actually going to Disney World with you.
Aww.
Janelle and I went with Tim and Jess to Disney World. We had a blast there. We didn't know until we got there, and nobody else found out until a while after that Jess was actually pregnant.
That's right.
So she couldn't drink with us. She
I
couldn't go on a
know.
lot of the rides. But we still had a blast.
Yeah.
We had a really good time, and it was super fun. And I can't wait to do that again with you guys with our
Yeah.
kids when
Absolutely.
they're a little older.
Yes.
So that'll be fun.
Is that why you're wearing that shirt?
I just love this shirt.
Oh, okay.
It's my vacation shirt.
For you guys that are not watching on YouTube, he's wearing his Mickey Mouse button-up shirt.
Yeah, I love Mickey Mouse. So
Fun. All right, mine. And my first one was the Disney World trip with you guys because it was just a fun.
it was such a blast.
It was so great. It was during the Food and Wine Festival. Jessica was pregnant, and there was some things that she couldn't do, which made it a little sucky at times. But I mean, like not her fault. I'm just saying like she couldn't experience all the same things.
right.
But otherwise, it was a lot of fun. We got to do a lot of the things that we wanted to do, go to the parks that we wanted to go to. It did rain, and it just a small little hurricane that came by, but
Yeah, Hurricane Matthew wasn't too bad.
but yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. That was my second time going to Disney, and it was nice to see a lot of the new things that were added in. And like you said, I'm really excited to go back because now you got Star Wars, you got Avatar,
Yeah, I'm super
Toy
pumped
Story.
about Star Wars Land. Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna
got
be really
Galaxy's
cool.
Edge. Oh man, it's gonna be fun.
My next one was actually when I was a kid, and it was to Washington D.C.
I bet that was your favorite.
If you don't know, which at this point I can't tell. I don't know how you can't tell, but I love history. I love learning about it, and so it was really cool to go to D.C. to see all the monuments, all the landmarks, all the places that we would recognize in U.S. history, and so. That was a lot of fun. Good to see. I got to see some friends there that had moved there since my childhood, and of course, going to all the monuments was super cool. The only thing I wish we could have done is actually like go inside, like the White House, like going on a tour like that. But,
Right, doing the White House thing.
Yeah, but other than that, it was really cool, a lot of fun. And then my last vacation that I really enjoyed was our honeymoon cruise that Jessica and I went on. And the only reason why that one wasn't number one is because we found out very quickly that Jessica gets seasickness.
I think Jessica just gets vacation sickness.
She missed home and 7 days on a boat in the middle.
While sick.
Yeah, just
I get it.
It wasn't a great combination for her, and it's not like she's ever done it before. So it was us discovering it at the time, and so
It's like, oh look, new problems.
right. So on one hand, we enjoyed some of the excursions and just of course it's honeymoon, so all those fun things.
Ayo.
But yeah, we also discovered quickly that Jessica does not like to be in the middle of the ocean for 7 days at a time. Me personally, I don't mind. I think it's kind of cool,
fair enough.
but yeah, so that was fun.
For me, I probably would have just been thinking about the Titanic the whole time. I'm not a fan of boats.
There's no icebergs in the Gulf of Mexico.
You tell that to Larry, the cucumber.
What?
Oh yeah, so there's an episode of VeggieTales where he's piloting this boat. It's like a play on Gilligan's Island, but he's piloting a boat, and in his mind, he's like about to break through this iceberg. He's a Russian iceberg breaker boat captain, and then Bob shows up and he's like, "Hey, what you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm about to smash into this iceberg." He's like, "There's no icebergs here. It's a rock." He just hits a rock.
Okay, sure, hit a rock.
Sinks the boat. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about a little bit about the packing process.
Let's do it. Let's dive in.
So as I said, I am not a list maker. I am not a pre-trip packer for whatever reason you want to call it. What does the packing process look like to you?
Okay, so guys, the reason why we are best friends is because we like a lot of the same things, but we also operate in very different ways.
Oh yeah.
We married each other in the female form.
Yeah.
And so for me, whenever I am now, there is a distinction here. If it's a short trip, if it's a vacation to like a bed and breakfast kind of thing, if it's something small to where there's not that many activities to do, I don't actually mind making a list because I kind of deem that as a waste of time, like physical effort.
Sure.
But if it's like a Disney World trip, if it's going on a long road trip, DC, whatever it is, I do like that list. I like to kind of prepare myself of going, okay, where do I want to go? When do I want to go there? And even if things do change, I kind of want to have that backup of like, all right, well, we missed out here, so let's go here back another day or something like that. So for me, I do like to have a little, even if it's not a huge list, a sizable list.
Yeah, see, for me, if we're going somewhere for 10 days, I'm going to throw my 6 favorite shirts into a backpack. I will buy shorts when I get there.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. Well,
I don't pack.
I mean, yeah, that's complete opposite of me. I like to pack all the, look, I just don't like wasting time. That's what it comes down to. I don't like wasting time.
You're wasting time making lists and
no,
prepping
no.
all
Because
that
if
stuff.
you go somewhere and you forget something, then you have to go to the store and get something else. Like that, to me, that's wasting time when I could have been at the beach or I could have been doing whatever activity that I would have wanted to do.
Or
so
you could just live without it.
Sure, there's some things you can do that for, but there's some things that you can't.
Name one.
Sunscreen.
I'm black.
Okay, that's fine for you, but for us, for us white folk, we kind of need it.
Fair enough. All right.
But there's other things like that. So I do enjoy having a list. So here's a question for you: do you bring an extra bag for gifts, or do you like make space in your bag, or do you not even think that far ahead?
Look, if I decide to bring back gifts, you get what you get, you don't throw a fit. If I have space for it, cool. If not, they have mail for a reason.
Really, you would mail it out from there, huh?
I mean, it depends.
Wow.
Is it worth bringing back?
I mean, I guess it depends on what the item is, but to me, that's my whole like time, energy thing in my head. I'm like, look,
I can buy another bag if I have to buy another bag.
Right, but that's more money that you have to take out that you didn't originally plan. Like, to me, I'd rather, like, think ahead, like, okay, if I don't have to spend that money, maybe I'm just greedy or whatever, but if I don't have to spend that money, then let me think ahead and bring an extra bag.
The point of vacation is to be stress-free.
Right, but don't you want to be stress-free when you're on the vacation and not have to think about all the things that you forgot or things that you should have done?
But if you just decide not to care beforehand, that's stress-free. Like, I am already on the island in my mind. Like, as we're recording this, we're a week out, and I am already on the island.
Yeah?
I have zero worries about what's going to happen once we get there. Janelle, on the other hand, is like, well, we need to plan for this. We need to make sure we pack this. We need to do this. Should we bring an extra suitcase? We got to bring the stroller. We got to bring the pack and play. We got to bring all this stuff. And I'm just like, you know what? Whatever, man. Yeah. Whatever you say, I'm here for.
But it's like especially now that we're dads, like you gotta think about like diapers and like extra cream and extra, things that you like want, like extra bathing suits for the kids.
They got diapers there.
Yeah, but again, to me, if you're on vacation and you want to be stress free, don't you want to be prepared to be stress free?
Yeah, but then you got to lug all that stuff with you. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm sure there's a middle ground there somewhere, but.
And that's why we're different. We just think about it
differently. It works that way.
Yeah.
So all the stuff that I would absolutely forget, you and my wife will definitely have.
Yes.
And then when you guys are like, did we bring this? Jess and I can just be like, yo, chill. Take a deep breath. We can get it if we didn't.
Yeah.
So we balance each other out. I'm here for it.
Gosh.
All right, next question then. We'll move on from the packing process. Let's get back to something a little more memory lane-ish.
Yeah.
What is your favorite vacation memory? Just one.
Yeah.
Your favorite memory of a vacation. Any vacation, ever.
It was hard to think about this because I enjoyed a lot of different things. Like the whole Disney World trip was amazing, and especially to do that with Jess was really cool too. To like even because what we did is when we went to Disney World, we did a lot of things together, all of us, all 4 of us. But then sometimes we just split off and did our own things, and that was great.
Yeah.
I think though one of my funnest memories I think I've had was when Jess and we were on the cruise ship for our honeymoon, and we got to watch X-Men Days of Future Past on the top of the cruise ship at night. I know it's silly and weird, but to me, it's just...
No. That's beautiful, truthfully, because it's just you and your wife enjoying a moment together, just the peacefulness. It doesn't matter what movie's on. You're there together. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing because that movie sucked.
Excuse you?
That movie sucked.
Days of Future Past?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're thinking about the same one as I am?
Yeah, the one where they send Wolverine into the past to relive his own life and stop the future from
I don't
happening.
know what you're doing. I don't know if you're purposely picking fights with me lately, but this is the third episode in a row where you said something incredibly crazy. That was the best X-Men we've ever had.
You know what? I disagree.
What? Okay, taking away Logan, because obviously that's probably the best one.
Yeah.
Taking apart that one, Days of Future Past was the best X-Men movie.
So no. If we're taking Logan out of it, I agree. But all X-Men movies suck. I love Marvel. I love the X-Men. The movies did not do them justice.
I'll give you credit to the second and third one and the last two. But Days of Future Past was pure. Are you kidding me? James McAvoy?
Not here for it.
Fassbender. It was
Not
such
here
a
for it.
great plot. It was such a great. Oh my. I don't want your future. Seriously?
Not here for it. Now, all that to be said, maybe it's just because I watched a Korean bootleg of it.
What are you talking about?
I've never watched the actual like American English speaking version. It was
Dude,
like
why are
dubbed in
you-
Korean with English subtitles.
Chris, are you serious right
So
now?
it may just be that the English subtitles didn't actually line up to what the movie says. So I owe you a movie watching experience,
Oh
and
my
I apologize.
Gosh. You are just picking fights with me.
I am. I truly am. It's been my
Jeez.
pride and joy for the past 2 months. I've been having a blast doing it.
Golly.
Oh,
What's
man.
your favorite vacation memory? Jeez.
So, I also really loved a moment with my wife, just sitting in bed watching movies during our Disney vacation, because as you mentioned, there was a hurricane.
Yeah.
So they actually ended up closing the park for the first time since 9/11
Yeah.
when we went.
It was wild.
And they turned on like the movie channels for everybody. They gave everybody a bunch of free food. My wife and I had brought a bottle of whiskey to the resort with us, so we had that. It was a real nice experience just sitting there and watching the movie together. But my favorite moment was just before that, when you decided you were going to fight a hurricane because it threatened your weekend with your wife.
Okay, it wasn't just that, okay? She was also pregnant and, like, first time pregnant. So just,
Tim, you walked outside of the room, and we were like, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm just going to make sure this hurricane doesn't mess with us. Like, Tim, you cannot square up with a hurricane.
I was willing to go out and, like, board things up. That's what I was doing.
With what? There's no hammer, no nails. We were on the leeward side of the hurricane. It wasn't even blowing towards us. We were on the complete other side.
I know.
You actually moved your wife closer to the hurricane. So that was my favorite memory
man.
from a vacation.
All right. Yeah,
Oh,
fair
man.
enough. Fair
Fun
enough.
times,
Fair enough.
fun times.
Chris, where do you want to go in the future? Future vacations, man.
So I would love to go to Australia.
Yes, I would like
I
that.
think that would be a really fun trip. I'm not about like scuba diving and stuff, but checking out like the glass bottom boats going over the reef, checking out the outback, I think would just be fun. Seeing
Yeah.
a kangaroo live, all the
The
different.
emus?
I'm not about emus, man. No, there was a war against
I know
emus, and
that they lost.
that was terrifying. I'm not about the emus. Maybe they want revenge.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not a big person. I understand that. I know what I look like. I look like a snack to an emu. So, not about the emus. But other wildlife, I think that'd be fun.
Right.
I don't know. I think just Australia would be great, and
Yeah.
New Zealand by extension, because if it's right there and I can go there, I would
Yeah.
love to see like the Shire.
Right.
stuff,
Oh,
that'd be
that would
pretty
be
cool.
fun. That'd be so cool.
Yeah. What about
Um,
you? Where do you want to go?
Yeah, so Jessica and I we really want to go to Italy. Like we both want to go there.
Been talking about that for a while.
Yeah, that's the land of my people, Sicily in particular. So we've considered like taking a week to like spend a few days doing like the whole touristy thing, like seeing Rome, seeing Florence, that kind of stuff. But then spending like the last few days just getting a B&B in Sicily and just chilling in a local town, going to local restaurants and just relaxing on the beach and that kind of stuff. And so,
Yelling at the locals.
yeah.
Silenzio Bruno.
What's wrong with you, stupido? All that. So, yeah, that's something we'd really like to do. And just visiting Europe in general is something that I would like to do also, just because I'm a big history guy. So I know Jessica wants to go see France and see Paris, and I'd like to go to the UK too, just to see all that.
Go see London.
Yeah,
Go see France. Go see Jess's Underpants. Is that what you want?
It's a win-win-win.
That is a triple win there, guys. Those are rare.
Oh, man. All right. Last but not least, and let's talk about our favorite vacation movies.
Pikachu's Vacation.
Say again?
Pikachu's Vacation.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, on the Pokemon movie, the first movie, there was a short that started just before it with Pikachu and Togepi and all of Ash and Misty and Brock's Pokemon where they go on this vacation and they have a good old time.
Okay.
That was just a really nice childhood memory when you asked me that question. It's not actually my favorite vacation movie. So discounting all of the National Lampoon's vacation movies.
That was my thought. Exactly my thought.
You have to discount those because that's like a whole genre.
Right. It's a winner, no matter what.
In and of itself, it's a whole genre. So I would say probably RV.
Mm.
I don't know if you remember that one with Robin Williams.
I've only seen it once. It was way back.
Excuse me. Sorry. Robin Williams and I think it was JoJo, right? His daughter.
Oh, yeah.
So they rented this RV and they went on a family vacation. And as it does in Robin Williams movies, everything goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a real fun experience getting to watch them try to draw together as a family on this RV vacation where they're all cramped into a tiny space.
Yeah.
I can relate to that. I've taken multiple van trips with my family.
It's the worst.
Van trips are the worst. I will never do that to my children as long as I physically can prevent it.
Yeah.
But that was a fun movie.
Yeah.
What about yours?
Home Alone, man.
Is that vacation or
Yes,
is that
it is.
Christmas?
It's both.
You can't have both.
You can't have a Christmas vacation? Check. Mate.
All right. All right. I'll give it to you, but only because Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween and a Christmas movie.
There you go.
So I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I mean, technically, what's the kid's name? I can't even think of his name.
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. He technically didn't. I mean, I guess it's a vacation. You can have a staycation. His family left, and so he was at home
He
alone.
got a vacation from his family.
Right, absolutely. So then, of course, his parents went off. But then even in the second movie, when they go to New York, that's another vacation. So, yeah, Home Alone. This is always fun.
Well, I mean, he went to New York. They didn't.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. All right. Those are both great movies as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Side note, on Home Alone 2, there was a petition to remove Donald Trump from Home Alone 2 and replace him with some other celebrity. Like, they were just going to, like, CGI remove him.
Do some kind of deep fake.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were going to do. Like, somebody had actually done one, and they were like, we can use this. It's much better. And they were, like, trying to petition to get that into the ABC Family version. I don't know how far it went, but the fact that it existed brought me joy.
Right.
So, there you go. That's my favorite thing about it.
Good stuff. Chris,
all right, guys.
I'm glad that we've gone on vacation together. I'm looking forward to going on another vacation with you and Nell and Jess, and I would be excited to go back to Disney World, I think, with you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because of, one, we have kids, but even if we didn't go with kids, just to go see Star Wars and to...
well, here's the deal. If we go back and I find out that Jess is pregnant again... I'm kicking you in your balls.
We have planned this vacation for quite a while. I mean, this was our, 5th year anniversary that we went?
No. Second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jessica and I had a rule, or not a rule, but like a goal of when we first got married to wait at least a couple of years before we had our first kid. Like, that was the goal. Like, all right, let's spend some time together.
Smart goal.
Yeah. And we were good until that summer when we just kind of got lazy, if you know what I'm saying. And so we went on vacation. Was it July, August? No. It was closer to
September. It was right in between our anniversary, so it was like the beginning of October.
Right. And so we found out like a couple of weeks, I think, before we left, and that's not going to happen again.
For those of you that are not watching, I'm shaking my head in disappointment.
It's not going to happen again. I can definitely promise you that.
Can you promise me that, though?
I can 99.99% chance promise you that, because some things are about to happen to me that are going to prevent that from happening.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You too? Hey!
We'll talk about that at a later podcast, too. All right. Yeah. Well, there's some vacation stuff. Do we have anything else for this one? I feel like we went through this main topic real quick.
It was. I mean, it's simple, easy, fun topic. Maybe you're listening to this on your vacation, and just let this be a nice, soothing, chill conversation that you have in the
You know
background
what?
in the car on a road trip.
And we will be taking a road trip too, so maybe we'll listen to it then.
Yeah, fair
Maybe
enough.
not. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's the end of this main topic, but don't go away. Don't leave. We're coming right back for the rest of this episode to talk about all kind of fun, incredible, crazy things. Let's do
All
it.
the things. Hey guys, this is Tim and Chris from the Always More podcast. Thank you so much for subscribing, following, rating, liking, commenting, and asking us questions. If you haven't done any of those, you're wrong and you need to.
Oh my gosh, Chris, chill. Okay, well, seriously, thank you guys so much for those who have donated to the podcast by giving at buymeacoffee.com in our link in our show notes, and it really just helps us spend more time to creating a better content for you guys to listen to, and to also just help feed our caffeine addiction.
Which we definitely do have. It's actually a real problem for us.
It is.
It's destroying our families.
It's horrible. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Back to the show.
And we are back.
Back.
That was a pretty fun topic, I think.
It was.
I had a blast. Real short.
Easy, fun, simple.
No problems.
Laid back.
I mean, a little bit of a problem, but I feel like with enough time, you will forgive me.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll figure it out.
I mean, if not, that's your problem, not mine.
True.
Because unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
I feel like you use that in a sermon illustration.
Probably. I feel like it's also probably going to have some kind of toxic theology there because, I mean,
yeah.
I guess. I don't know. Moving on.
Moving on.
We are going to go ahead and jump into our ending topics. I'm sure you guys have listened to enough of the show by now that you know what's coming up next.
That's right.
It is hashtag Ask Chris and Tim.
Hashtag.
So this is a point of the show where you guys ask us questions and we do our best to answer them.
Yeah.
Whether they're the right answers or not is irrelevant.
No.
You're going to get answers.
You're going to get something.
All right. Do we only have one question today?
Yeah. But don't worry, we're going to make up for it later.
That's fair.
Okay.
We need extra questions, though,
Please,
guys.
ask
Please
us questions.
Send us your questions. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok even. We're on the TikToks.
We're on the TikToks.
So send us your questions. We will do our best to answer them. They can be about anything.
That's right.
Anything. Like, really anything.
Ask us ridiculous questions that we
Ask us personal questions.
Yeah.
I'll get real with you guys.
I'll divert them right back to Chris. Please do.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so this question comes from our friend Fernando,
Yes.
who asks, pizza or burger?
This depends.
Absolutely,
It
it
depends on the quality.
Yes.
If you're asking me if I have a 5-star pizza versus a 5-star burger, I'm going to go with the burger.
does. Ooh, I did not expect that.
But if you're asking me for something that's cheaper, I'm going to go for the pizza.
You prefer a cheap pizza over a cheap burger,
Yes.
but a bomb burger over a bomb pizza.
Yes.
Huh.
Because think about it, with pizza, how fancy are you getting with the pizza?
Okay, all right. So middle of the road then. Where are you at?
See that I don't know. I need an example. I need a
Okay. Let's do what's your favorite fast food pizza place?
fast food.
Yeah.
Does Mod count?
No. Mod is slightly top tier pizza, bottom of the top tier.
Bottom of the top tier.
Yeah, it's top 10% for sure, but number 10.
Okay, so you're thinking Pizza Hut, Domino's kind of thing.
Yeah. For me, I'm a Domino's guy. Mostly because they donate to St. Jude, and that is a charity that holds my heart.
Oh yeah.
But I'm a Domino's guy. So if it's Domino's versus Whataburger, I think I'm gonna have to go with Whataburger.
Well, see, if you're asking me Whataburger or Domino's, I don't like Whataburger, so I know. I know. Hot take. And the only thing I like from Whataburger is their sourdough
The patty melts.
patty melts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
That's my favorite thing at Whataburger.
Yeah.
So.
But see, I don't like mustard though, and that's pretty much everything
You
about
can
Whataburger.
get it without mustard.
I know you can't, but
just tell them no mustard.
But that's the main thing of Whataburger though. So if you take it without it, it's
it is not the main thing.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
The main thing is their beef.
It's not that good. It's okay.
Tim, I'll fight you right now. All right, Fernando. So I think middle of the road, I'm going burger over pizza.
I think I'll go pizza over burger because I think. Well, no, I take that back. I'll go burger. Because I'm thinking like Burger King. I'm thinking Don't hate me, but I do like In-N-Out. I think I get more substantial all-around meal from a burger than a pizza.
And see, that's my thing. Like, I enjoy pizza every now and then, but there's never a bad time for burger. Like, I even like the school cafeteria burgers.
Oh, God,
Like, those actually, like, they hit a certain
did.
spot in my stomach and in my heart.
You wouldn't touch it now, but back then.
No, I still do.
Do you?
I do, yeah, because they do, like, the free lunch programs during the summer.
Yeah.
And Tyler will go get, like, a free lunch and grab an extra one and bring it back. He's like, hey, I got this extra burger. You want one? I'm like, yeah, I'll take an extra burger. I never feel good afterwards, but it's delicious.
It does something to you, but it's delicious.
It does something to your heart and your intestines.
Literal. It gives you a heart attack. It gives you a stroke.
So burger over pizza.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of food, I think you had something you wanted to try.
All right. Yeah, so we have a game. So we have some time to kill today because we went by quick. And we have a game that I'm going to call Name the most popular blank in each state or country. So it's going to be an ongoing game that we play every once in a while. But today, it's going to be name the most popular candy in each state. So here's how it's going to work, Chris. I'm going to give you a candy.
I would love a candy.
And you tell me what state you think...
Oh, not actually give me a candy.
No, sorry. You tell me which state you think it's the most popular in. Now, it might take me a second because some of these states share the same favorite candies, but I'm going to try to name some that probably don't have reoccurring. I'm going to give you an easy one first. Reese's Cups.
Reese's Cups.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Georgia.
Wrong.
It's not in Georgia.
Not Georgia.
Oh, New York.
Wrong again.
What?
One more shot for Reese's.
Texas.
Yes.
Okay.
Reese's Cups. Yep.
I was saving Texas for last. I was going to say Georgia, New York, and Texas.
All right. Okay, here's another one. Candy corn.
Not one state. There's not a single... No, I refuse to believe that there is a state that likes candy corn as their favorite. As their favorite?
I'm looking
No.
at, I think, 5.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Those aren't real people. Who are they polling? Nobody's ever asked me this question, and no, I refuse to believe that candy corn is a favorite. No.
Some people...
Iowa.
Iowa? No. There's Reese's.
Ohio.
No.
I'm just naming the worst states.
Those are the worst states? I'm telling you.
Ohio is the worst state. Maryland.
Hold on. I got to zoom into that one.
Is it Maryland?
No. Oh, was that 3? That was 3
that
guesses.
Was 3. That's 3.
You got it wrong. There's a few states. One is South Carolina. Another one is Michigan. Another one is New Mexico.
There's no way.
Oh, and Rhode Island.
Rhode Island makes sense.
Who's actually from there? Do you know anyone from there? Oh, Mr. Pierce.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. I don't think we see eye to eye anymore, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. So far, you're not doing so well, Chris.
What are you talking about? I'm 50-50. I got Texas.
Yeah,
I got
but
one
after
right.
three, okay, sure.
3 strikes
Is that we're playing the game? Okay,
3 strikes and you're out.
That's fine. Jolly Ranchers.
This will be the tiebreaker then, I guess. Jolly Ranchers. California.
No.
Florida.
No.
Jeez. Wisconsin.
No. Sorry.
That's fine. Those are all the states I know anyway.
That was the grand state of Utah.
Utah. I should have guessed Utah. I know where Utah is, kind of. I know the general. It's left.
It is left.
It's left on the map.
Okay, one more. We'll do one more.
Okay.
Lemon heads.
Lemon heads?
Yeah.
Is it one of the states I already named?
No.
Okay. I only know like 2 more states. Maine.
No.
Louisiana.
Yes.
Hey!
Nice.
I got it. All right, Louisiana. Lemon heads. Makes sense.
So it was funny because like some of these states, I think the reason why it's the most popular because they share the same letter. So like, where was it? There was M. Was it Mississippi? That was M&M's? No, I missed it. Which one was it?
There's too many letters in Mississippi. They don't need to add candies with double letters.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states that have candy corn as their favorite.
No, there's not.
That's ridiculous.
There's not. That's not a real thing.
That's,
Where are you getting your answers, Tim?
I'll share this. I'll share the website. It's
Put it in the show notes.
I will.
I don't believe you. There's no way. If you think Tim's a liar,
Oh man,
send us a message and call him a liar.
homie, I don't like Kenny.
You don't have
Cruise
to
either.
ask questions. You don't have to do anything. Just send us a message and call Tim a liar. Please.
All right, it is time to move on because we have another segment, a new favorite one of mine, and that is what if. You ready?
Yeah. All right. So what's my what if this time?
If you could receive $50,000, but the person you hated the most would receive $100,000, would you take it?
I would gladly accept $150,000.
Oh no! Oh, that's horrible.
It's funny because it's true.
No, I love you, buddy.
I love you too, but I hate me more.
No, you don't.
So I would gladly accept that. No, truthfully, I don't think, like, when people ask questions like this, I can't think of anybody that I hate.
Anyone?
I mean, there are people that I don't enjoy. There are people that I would be perfectly okay if I never saw them again. But I don't think I hate anybody that I can think of.
Okay, so
I mean,
even
if there's somebody else, like, real quick, mouth it to me if you're thinking of somebody. Oh, no, not hate. No,
no,
not hate. Resent.
yeah,
Displeased with. I'm not. It's not hate. I'm just disappointed. You
that's
know?
the worst response.
I don't hate you. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, hits me right into childhood memories.
Mine too.
Oh, trauma. Okay.
So yeah, no. Honestly, even if you could pull that person out of wherever, if it were like whoever, it doesn't matter to me. Just if you found somebody I hate, I'd take $50,000 if they got $100,000.
Okay.
Like maybe they'll take that $100,000 and move far away from me,
Ooh,
and then I've got $50,000 in my pocket.
that's not bad.
So
Win-win.
there you go.
All right. Well, moving on, we have another segment, Chris. It's awkward if I introduce my own segment.
I like it. Try it.
No, I'm not doing it. It's weird.
Fair enough. All right. Do we have music for this?
Yes.
We do.
Yeah.
So this is Tim's. Well, actually,
While Haagen-Dazs are Bonpain.
You wrote it down. Don't look at me.
I'm so Texan.
I don't speak French.
And Pré à Manger, which I think is French, they sound like fancy foreign companies. They're actually all fake foreign branding. In other words, they're meant to sound like they're from like some fancy foreign countries, but they're actually started in New York, Boston, and the UK. So like Haagen-Dazs, that was made in the US. And it actually doesn't even mean anything. Like, it doesn't actually have a translation. It's just jumbled up.
I feel like I've heard that before, but like you're saying it, and it's still surprising to me.
Isn't it interesting?
Like I feel like I knew that, but every time somebody's like, "Yeah, Haagen-Dazs is not German," I'm like, "Oh, weird."
What I want to know is how do they get away with it? How they gotten so popular that they've gotten away with just mushing up some random German name?
Because Americans don't do research. We talked about this before. I don't know if we did it on the podcast or not,
No.
but Americans do not do research.
It's true.
We're just like, "Oh, you say that's a fact? Okay." That's it. We just accept it.
I feel like
And when I say research, I don't mean like 5 seconds on Google, which although this could have been solved with 5 seconds on
very
Google.
true.
But Americans just like when you say I'm going to do my own research, you basically just mean Google.
Yeah.
That's it. They don't listen to professionals. They don't.
No,
That's another topic for another day.
it sure is.
But yeah, I guess because we're just like, oh yeah, that guy sounded German, so that's probably a German company, and we just move on from there. Like
Right.
it truly doesn't matter if it's German or not.
I mean,
It's-
it tastes
it's
good. It tastes good.
That's what matters to us. We're like, yo, this tastes bomb.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It could be considered super racist though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on who you play off of.
Yeah.
I feel like we should start something like that. Oh, that's a great question for you guys. What name would you give this podcast if it was a foreign sounding?
Yeah, but not a real like foreign language, just something that sounds like it could be a foreign language, I guess. Like
Right.
a fake word,
A fake word.
a fake phrase, whatever.
Interesting.
That's a good question. I like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it, dude. That was our episode about vacations, and we finished quickly, and that was nice.
I think this whole thing has been less than an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty.
It feels a little
pumped about
weird,
that.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
It feels strange. Like, we purposely, guys, I mean, again, Chris is going to be on vacation or possibly getting back from vacation at this point once this episode releases.
Depends on when you listen to it. Could be years down the road, and I've been back from vacation for like 2 years now.
That's true. And so when we were thinking about this episode 1, we were thinking, well, we got to do this quickly because Chris has got to get out of here, and
Technically, I'm working right now.
right. It's been a weekend full of recording like 2 episodes, and so it's been full of scheduling conflicts and stuff like that. So
That's why I'm wearing 3 different shirts in one episode.
that's right. And so we want to do this quickly, but we do want to take a quick moment to talk about what's coming around the corner. Because we are going to be doing our first series. We're doing a series of episodes.
A serious series.
A serious series of episodes. So it's not going to be random. It's not going to be like each week is going to be about something completely different. It's going to have a bottom line, and that is, and trigger warning, I guess, in a way. Not trigger.
Content warning.
Content.
I guess.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't. No, I'm saying for what I'm about to say next, not for like the whole series in general.
Yeah. Content warning.
It's going to be about deconstruction, and it's going to be about the whole process. It's going to be about different parts of it, and Chris and I are going to talk about our experiences with deconstruction.
If you're not familiar with the term, deconstruction is basically when you have a belief in something, whether it's like a religion or a political belief or something, you kind of break it down to the bare basics of what it is. You're pulling out the toxic things, the negativity, all that stuff, and you kind of build it back up. We're going to be doing that with our religion, our raising, and
well, not even just religion. Like, we'll talk about some other things too. Like,
it's going to be a lot of different
It is.
topics, all centered around what we were taught as children.
Yeah.
And how we are adjusting to that in adult life and reconciling that with what we believe now. And
yeah,
it's going to be a fun topic.
right. And if you're listening to this and you side with, if you're a Christian or if you side with the political right, let me reassure you a little bit. If you listen to our guns episode, we said a lot of things that would both make the right and the left a little upset.
Yeah.
And that's who we are. This is not a black and white issue. This is not a easy conversation to discuss, which is the reason why we're turning this into a series, because we quickly realized that this is going to take more than just one episode to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So we're looking at possibly 6 to 8 episodes, I think, of going subject by subject, because it's complex and it's hard to talk about in 1 hour or hour and a half. And so we want to kind of do justice, and also keep in mind too, we're not going to try to convince you of anything.
Yeah, this is just our journey, what we've learned so far, where we're at.
Yeah.
If you want to ask us more questions about it, feel free. If you want to jump into the topic and the discussion, join us.
Right.
Tell us where you're at with your journey. If you believe what we're saying is possibly true. If you think we're just going crazy and we're spiraling out of control, let us know.
Right.
Interact with us.
Yeah. We want this to be an opportunity for, Chris and I, before this episode or before this last part aired, we were looking at our demographics that we have on our on this podcast, and a lot of the people that listen to this, from what we can tell, are around the same age as us, which tells us that you guys have probably gone through a lot of the same things that we have, or at least somewhere on the spectrum. And so we just want to share our experiences and share, and maybe possibly make you feel like, hey, you're not alone if you have been through this before, or maybe you're further ahead of us and like, hey, we want to, see where we can go from here. Or,
yeah.
And, if you ask, I kind of, this is almost going to be, this is just for me personally, this is almost going to be a podcast series to 10 years ago, Tim, of a Tim that was just beginning to ask questions seriously and to have doubts about certain parts of my faith and certain parts about my upbringing, and some of those things, and they were scary and still are scary. And so, we just want to let you guys know, because we want you guys to also ask questions ahead of time, to ask us about anything regarding those topics. I mean, we'll give you guys a list of what those episodes will be about ahead of time. But also another thing to know about this is we're going to be releasing these episodes weekly.
We're going to try anyway.
We're going to try. we realized very quickly that we didn't want this to go all the way to December.
We don't want to ruin your Christmas by taking away your belief in Jesus.
Oh my gosh. We didn't want this to go out for too long, but also we know that it's going to be easy for us to discuss this. And so these episodes are going to sound different as well. We may not include all the normal segments that we usually do. It may not be all the same conversations that we usually have on the pod. We'll try to keep it lighthearted at times, but there's also going to be episodes where we know we want to, it would be wrong, I think. It would do it an injustice to treat it too lighthearted.
Yeah.
And so we want to take that seriously because there are some issues that we'll talk about that will impact, and I'm not saying that we have anything great to deal with, but there are some triggers. There are some painful things that we'll bring up that might remind you of some of your own. And so
I might cry.
Yeah, I fully expect to.
Yeah. So if you've ever thought to yourself, man, I wonder what it would take to make Chris cry, you should probably listen to this next series.
Yeah. So yeah, I know we kind of ended this on a little bit of a deeper but that's what's to come. I know this whole episode was like the super chipper easy thing, but we wanted to end this. We wanted the last episode before this new series to be a little bit more chipper and whatever. And so we're looking forward to this series because, again, we hope to speak to, one, just ourselves. As Chris jokes all the time, this is kind of our own personal therapy. But also...
I'm not joking. I don't know why you keep saying that.
But also, like I said, too, is just if there's anyone out there who feels like you're alone in this, you're not. And so we want to at least give someone a little light of, or a little shed of light and hope. And yeah. So, Chris, any final thoughts before we end this thing?
No, I think we've pretty much covered everything. I do have a haiku.
Oh, please give it to us.
Seeds from fruit to earth, apples fall from apple trees, as such will our sons.
Wow. That's deep.
Thanks.
I like that.
Yeah, I wrote that.
That's good, man.
I like to write haikus, little poetry things.
We need to start getting your stuff in this podcast. That's what we need to do.
Maybe that's what my TikTok will be. I'll just start doing my poetry.
Let's do it, man.
On TikTok.
Yeah.
You think people would laugh at me, though?
No.
I'm not prepared for that.
No.
I cannot handle rejection.
You can turn off comments.
I don't want to do that, though, because I want the discussion. I just feel like I'm going to cry every time I read the comments.
Well, that's something that you should definitely consider if you want to do it, but you don't have to include people's comments. You can take that off. If you want to do it just for your own self, whatever, then you can do it for you. You don't have to do it for others.
I think I'll probably, I don't know.
Do it for you, man.
I'll do it for me. I'll leave the comments, and then I'll turn off the comments for the first mean comment I get.
There you go.
How's that sound?
Good. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Ask us your questions. Feel free to rate, comment, follow us, subscribe, and I think that's it.
That's all I got.
All right, guys. We love you all. Hope you have a great week. We'll see you guys soon.
Peace.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Always More podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, share, like, and rate on whatever your platform of preference is. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Always More Pod and ask your question using hashtag AskChrisandTim. If you'd like to support the podcast and feed into Chris and Tim's caffeine addiction, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/alwaysmorepod. For further information and to contact Chris or Tim, you can email them at alwaysmorepodcast@gmail.com.